think the technical difficulties are over. I'm Ray Carnicelli calling the action tonight. Embry-Riddle on top of Flagler College by a score of 3-0. Beautiful night here in St. Augustine, 67 degrees. The start of the Division II men's lacrosse season. These schools just located about 40 minutes apart. We're in St. Augustine, Embry-Riddle just down the road in Daytona Beach. This is season number 2 for Flagler College. Last season, in their inaugural season, they finished 3-14 under the tutelage of head coach Brian Duncan. Embry-Riddle finished last season 4-13 under the direction of Spencer Wims. Flagler will be serving this penalty off of the face-off. Emery in the box, and that's an important face-off win for Flagler as they try to stop the bleeding. A 3-goal run to start the game for Embry-Riddle. Little breakout out of the box. Here comes Douglas. Pass, shot, and a score! Short-handed goal for Flagler. Critical face-off win. Kept their foot on the gas, pushed it into the offensive end, and Flagler cuts the lead to 3-1. Augie D'Ambrosi with the goal. Archbishop Spalding out of Crofton, Maryland. Beautiful night. The bleachers on the opposite side of the field from our press box are completely full. Standing room only surrounding the field. And that's going to be kicked out of bounds off of Flagler. Possession to Embry-Riddle. Starting with the ball is Marcus Needham, the sophomore. Finished last season with 13 goals and 20 assists. Having a catch, back over to Needham. Jacobs, down low. Shot and a score. Man up goal for Embry-Riddle, and penalty does release. So as quickly as Flagler answered that 3-0 run, Embry-Riddle bounces right back and makes it 4-1. Expect early in the season the ball to be on the ground, a lot of transition and a lot of goals, and that's what we're seeing. Embry-Riddle is playing fast lacrosse. Draws picked up and controlled by Flagler College. Jake Griffin working it back around to the goalie Kroll, to the near side to Ty Tom. Speedy midfielder attacks the midfield line. Successful clear off of the face-off for the Flagler Saints. Aggressive approach by Embry-Riddle. Ball works back around. Pritchard over to Douglas, to Tom, back to Douglas, back to Pritchard. 22 goals on the season last season for number 24, Thomas Pritchard. Approaching 30 seconds on the shot clock. Patient offense for the Saints. Here comes Pritchard, right-handed cradle down the right alley, working it to the goal line extended. Good ball movement early on for the Saints. Roll back, throw back. Working it around, a little sloppy off the mark pass, goes out of bounds, so that's an unforced error and a turnover committed by Flagler College. And foot on the gas. Did he step out? He stepped out. He was tiptoeing on that sideline and got a little shove, lost his balance, stepped on the sideline, and fortunate for Flagler, 4-1 is our score with 5:02 remaining in quarter number 1. Ty Tom takes it in. Line mate Pritchard controls. Wide open set for Flagler. Who's going to start the offense? Will it be Tyler Douglas? Right-handed cradle, gets to the middle, trying to draw that slide, which he does. Shot from distance, and it's sucked up and saved by Carter Grosinger. And will it be a fast break? Ty Tom prevents the fast break in the odd man rush, but penetration, ball is on the ground. These teams are flying around. Loose ball, dangerous, picked up by Flagler. Headmans the ball into the offensive end. It is an odd man rush for Flagler. Double clutches. Looked like he was going to shoot, pulled it up back, and the check comes in and loose ball. And here comes Embry-Riddle. Now they have a 4-on-3 break. That was Bushing who had the first goal of the game, the LSM in transition. Now they're going to back it out. Christian Hofer, 31 goals on the season for number 11 in black last season. Back out to Madden. Madden controls. Across the formation to McCauley, back to Madden. Right-handed cradle to the goal line extended, working it back through X, back up top to McCauley. Well defended by the short stick midi. Pritchard. Backdoor sneak, and the pass is intercepted by Paxton Kroll. Tried to sneak that pass a little too close to the crease, and a very alert Kroll intercepted it out of the box. Here comes Flagler. It's Garrett Moore. Penetrates, shot, and a score! Goal for Garrett Moore! Goal for Flagler, 4-2. Embry-Riddle leads Flagler with 3:03 remaining in quarter number 1. Little bit of a jailbreak out of the substitution area, and Garrett Moore had about 5-yard head start, penetrated, shot, and a pretty finish for the Winter Park product. Very similar to last year's game. These two teams faced off to start the season. Very first game in Flagler history down in Daytona. It was a 14-8 final, but Flagler came out aggressive, fell behind, battled back, and it ended up being a 6-goal Embry-Riddle lead. Looked like the Flagler attackman came out of the restraining area prior to possession being called, so that's an illegal procedure, and Embry-Riddle will take possession. Looking to clear across the midfield line. Heavy pressure. Coaches are calling for a timeout from the Embry-Riddle bench, and they get it. So, little energy boost out of the Flagler bench after that Garrett Moore goal. We're going to go ahead and take a break. 2:43 remaining in quarter number 1. The score is Embry-Riddle Eagles 4, the Flagler College Saints 2. Back to the action here in quarter number 1, Division II men's lacrosse. Flagler College hosting Embry-Riddle on a beautiful night in Northeast Florida. Brand new facilities here in historic St. Augustine. Timeout was called by Embry-Riddle. They will maintain possession. Ball works out top to Marcus Needham. Back across to Abe's. Shot. Aggressive, sailed over the goal. Possession retained by Christian Hofer. Back to Abe's. D-stick, but he was able to pick it back up. Now he has time, space, shot. Ding the post. That was a rip by Marcus Needham. Left-handed cradle around the goal line extended. Bangs it up top. Rolls back. Double team comes. Good recovery by Flagler. Trying to get underneath his Abe's. Rolls back. He does get underneath. Shot and a score. What a nice little inside move. Ducked under and beats the goalie. Now we've got some laundry on the field. We'll see who this goes against. It was a dead ball penalty after the goal. But what a pretty inside move and a finish, giving Embry-Riddle a 5-2 lead. The referees sort this one out. Boy, Abbas is a really tough player. Shifty. Looked like he re-dodged about 3 times until he had an angle to get to the front with a strong finish back past the goalie Kroll. Certainly was a dead ball foul. See what the referees are discussing here. It is the early season for the referees as well as the players, and there are some new rules dictating the calls around the crease area. The Flagler player ended up on the ground, but we'll see what instigated that. Goal is good. Locked in. So 2-minute non-releasable penalty. Two penalties. Okay, so we've got 3 penalties, 2 against Embry-Riddle. One's a 2-minute, one's a 1-minute, and then there's a 1-minute penalty against Flagler College. So they're all locked in. Referees are explaining this to the coaches. It looked like that last one on Flagler was a retaliation following the 2 penalties, dead ball penalties by Embry-Riddle. So my guess is that we'll have a face-off. Flagler will be down 1 man, and Embry-Riddle will be down 2. So we'll see if the referees stick with these calls. Okay, so the penalty was on the same player. Okay. So 3-minute penalty. It was a 2-minute and a 1-minute on the same player. So the bottom line is Flagler will have a man advantage for 2 minutes. That was Marcus Needham earning the 3 minutes worth of penalties. Unsportsmanlike and unnecessary roughness. So the wings, there should be a, let's see, it looks like Flagler's going to start with the ball. So the possession will start with Flagler. They'll be a man up. Starting with the ball is Tyler Douglas, over to Ty Tom. So 5-on-5 lacrosse for the first minute. Wide open field when you're playing 5 versus 5. I would expect to see somebody from the midfield engage for Flagler, be it Pritchard or Tom. Back up top to Tyler Douglas. Looks like he's going to set up the long dodge, drawing his defender back towards the midfield line. Right-handed cradle, splits back to his left. Looking, trying to draw. Well defended. Coach Duncan instructing Ty Tom to work his way down to the crease. Right-handed cradle, draws a double. Feed to the backside, shot sails over with the sidewinder. Possession stays with with Flagler College. Ty Douglas, left-handed cradle, once again down the alley, shot, skips it past the goal. So now the first penalty released for Flagler College, and they will have a man advantage for the next 2 minutes. See if they can get right into this extra man offense. There's Ty Tom to Pritchard. Shot clock sails over the goal, so that's a change in possession on the shot clock violation. Very fortunate for Embry-Riddle. They're going to have possession and a chance to kill some time off of this 2-minute remaining penalty. Flagler College will call a timeout. We'll go ahead and take a break. 37 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. Our score is Embry. We're back with you here in St. Augustine, Florida. 37 seconds remain in quarter number 1. Embry-Riddle will start with the ball. They are man down, so their primary goal is to kill the remainder of this penalty. And if they hold possession, there'll be no face-off to start the second quarter. Kamutsi with the ball. Ready for that double team. Got a man wide open up here across the midfield. Doesn't find him, number 6. Abe is wide open, and they throw it away, so that is a terrible error for Embry-Riddle. They had a man wide open in front of the bench, and looking for the quick restart is Flagler College with the extra man. 26 seconds to go, controlled behind the goal, Flagler College. Working it up top. Still man up. Coach Duncan instructing them if they don't get a good look quickly, they need to hold it. 8 seconds, they'll probably hold it at this point. And Ty Douglas gets the message. He backs out, and he's going to hold possession. There will be no face-off to start the second quarter. At the end of 1 quarter of play, our score is Embry-Riddle We are ready for the start of quarter number 2. Embry-Riddle 5, Flagler 2. Extra man opportunity for the Flagler Saints. Garrett McNulty, the Lynchburg transfer, starts with the ball. Over to Pritchard. Back to McNulty. Over to Douglas. Looking for that backside skip. There's a feed to the backside. Left-handed shot, and it's a save. Beautiful save by Grosinger. And possession stays as Grosinger chases that one out. That is a big man-down save. 5-2 is our score. That would have been a momentum swing for Flagler to start the quarter. Instead, it's Coleman Jacobs into the offensive end. The 40-goal scorer from 2022. Stumbles but maintains possession.
Embry-Riddle 66, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Nice job killing this 3-minute penalty. They were man down for 2 minutes. Abess finds Needham. Right-handed cradle with a head of steam down the right alley. Looking, well defended. Works it back through Axe to Hofer. Hofer's going to test that right goal line extended. Really solid 6-on-6 defense for Flagler. Abess rolls back. Now he gets back underneath. He's got that tricky inside move. Feeds to the crease. Nobody's there, and that ball's going to stay in bounds. 5 seconds on the shot clock, so they'll roll it into the corner. So a defensive stand for Flagler in the shot clock violation against Embry-Riddle. A lot of early season jitters for both teams, but particularly Flagler. And if they can just withstand this pace, frenetic pace out of Embry-Riddle, maybe get one back here early. 5-2. Out of the substitution area comes Tobias. Logan Tobias, another transfer from Canisius, over to Thomas Pritchard. Senior started his college career at St. Leo. Over to Ty Tom. Left-handed cradle, working it back behind. Nice handle by McNulty. Boy, Tom never stops moving. Watch him popping on the crease. Over to Tyler Douglas. Draws the double, swings it around. Good recovery by Embry-Riddle. Left-handed shot is launched high over the cage. Backed up. Makuzis feeds to the crease. Shot to score! Makuzis to Tyler Douglas. And Flagler's back on the board. Cutting the margin. Embry-Riddle 5, Flagler 3. Makuzis drew. Backside defender was sleeping. And what a beautiful finish. So Tyler Douglas, who had 25 goals last season, with a really strong finish, the sophomore from Jupiter, Florida. A lot of energy on this Flagler College bench. Looked like Embry-Riddle was going to come out with that ball, but no, it's Flagler College. McNulty controls, heavy pressure. Finds the safety valve. Back across to McDonald. So McDonald waiting for his line mates to join. Off the substitution, Trace McDonald, the attackman from St. Thomas Aquinas in Fort Lauderdale. Back across to Tobias. To McDonald. Working it back through Axe, half a step. Makuzis. Check came in, ground ball. Maintains possession. Rolls back, right-handed shot. It's a race to the end line. And nice job running that out by Logan Tobias. But Flagler had a good look at the goal. just off the mark. They'll get the reset or restart with 33 seconds remaining on the shot clock. McDonald down that right alley. He's got a half a step shot and just wide. Flagler is creating some offense off the dodge, just off the mark. They got to dial in that shooting, but see their confidence growing, excitement on the bench, maintaining possession, 17 seconds on the shot clock as Makuzis finds space. Check comes in. It was a nice disruptive check. Force that one wide. 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Drew Flagg will get the start. Attacking from X. Garrett Moore. 4 seconds. Moore, he's got space, and the ball is loose before the shot clock, and here's a 4-on-3, but look at that hustle. Getting back is Tobias. They slid, and 64, Jacobs had a look, took the look with no backup. Ball goes wide. Short possession for Embry-Riddle, and here comes Flagler. Paxton Kroll skips it across to Tyler Douglas. Beautiful clear, good heads-up clearing from Paxton Kroll. And here comes Douglas. He penetrates. That's a shot over the cage. Boy, lots of shots for Flagler. They got to dial it in and get it on cage because these are some pretty good looks. Fortunately for the Saints, they have backup. There's a shot and a score. Goal by number 91. And Tanis Makuzis, the righty, got to the top, got to the front side, and just stung the far side corner. And it is 5-4. Embry-Riddle on top of Flagler, but Flagler's got the momentum right now. 10:06 remaining in quarter number 2. A lot of energy on the Gold bench. A little quiet and somber over there on the Embry-Riddle side, but it's early. Amazing crowd here in St. Augustine. Standing room only. Push forward. Initially won, but now it's a loose ball. We'll see if they get that push. That's going to be a loose ball push against Embry-Riddle. Possession to Flagler. Pritchard controls, trying to balance the lines up as Tyler Douglas comes on, passes it off to Ty Tom, who's got the short stick on him. Thomas Pritchard drawing the long pole. Back behind the goal to the most recent goal scorer, Makuzis. Last year, Flagler, although they did have 5 guys with over 20 goals, there was an opportunity for the defense to really focus on a couple of guys, Ty Tom, Ty Pritchard. And this year they have a few more options, and it's really opening up their offense. And here comes Ty Tom. Back across to Douglas. Douglas trying to penetrate. He gets to the front over the cage. Boy, they're getting good looks. I'd like to see him bang that overhand, but he went for that sidearm riser, and it rose just a little bit too much. Makuzis working off that pick from behind. Draws that double team and throws it right into the defense. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Flagler maintains possession. They drew that double team. They just couldn't skip the ball through fast enough. Right-handed cradle down the right alley. Working it back through X. That's Pritchard operating on the shorty behind the goal. Back up to Makuzis. He's got space, and he got shoved as he was taking that shot, so it was about 25 miles an hour. Good heavy riding from Flagler College. 75 seconds on the shot clock, so they've got plenty of time to control it and get some composure, but Flagler's still riding hard, and a really nice clear by Embry-Riddle. After a little helter-skelter attempt, Todd Giol across the midfield line, and Embry-Riddle needs to give their defense and their defensive middies a little bit of rest because that was a long stretch of possession. Here comes Needham. Back up to Abbas. New Jersey native, had 22 goals last season. Back across to Jacobs. Back to Abbas. Left-handed shot, and he dings the post. Goes out of bounds. Possession's going to stay with Embry-Riddle. Eagles looking for the quick restart. pushing that left goal line. There's a shot wide. And then, oh boy, Flagler was close to it, but they're going to award it to Embry-Riddle. The Flagler coaching staff doesn't agree with that call, but looking for the quick restart. There's Hofer. Christian Hofer with 31 goals and 10 assists, Florida native out of Haggerty High School, Oviedo. Well defended, tried to get to the front when let the jump shot go, but shot goes wide. One thing I noticed about Flagler's defense this year is they're staying on their checks. They're finishing their checks, disrupting the shooters, looking for the quick restart. Inside penetration, rolls back to his left, head up, looking for that time and space shot, and it was Hines who was locked and loaded but couldn't get the shot off. Flagler trying to create some offense. Illegal procedure. Looked like a substitution issue. A little too quick of a restart. Coach Duncan trying to convince referee Jody Tyser that he was wrong and that was not a substitution error, but don't see those things changed very often. Heavy pressure at the midfield line, dangling the stick, and it's checked away. Loose ball. It's going to be a loose ball push against Flagler. Boy, that is an aggressive ride at the midfield line, and the ball is going to be awarded, I think, on an interference call, awarded back to Flagler College, so that aggressive ride pays off, and Flagler is back in business as McDonald controls. Back over to Drew Flagg. Garrett Moore from Winter Park. Over to Logan Tobias. So Tobias is setting up for a long dodge on the short stick and decides to pass it behind to Flagg. Back to McDonald. Isolation, so an invert play. We've got the short stick midi on the short stick midi behind the cage, pushing. Time, space, shot, and a score! So McDonald, off the invert, bounces it up front. Time, space, shot, and a score by Garrett McNulty. Really pretty offense. They caught the short stick, playing defense behind the cage, got a half a step, and bounced it back up top to where Garrett McNulty had a little time and space. And guess what? We're tied. 5-5 is our score. Embry-Riddle and Flagler College with 5:50 to go in the first half on a beautiful night. Packed house here at Flagler College in historic St. Augustine, Florida. I am Ray Carnicelli. Follow me on Twitter at Lax904. And that's a face-off win. 4-on-3 if they hurry. He hits the point man. That's McNulty, the goal scorer. And they're going to throw a flag on that. And so Flagler College will get an extra man opportunity. We'll see what the call is. It looked pretty good. It looked pretty good, like a pretty good hit, but see if they call it as a high hit. Really nice face-off win. Hits the point man, and Embry-Riddle with some aggressive defense. We'll let the referees explain this one to us. Referee Tyser. 1 minute slashing penalty. So let's take a look at this Flagler College extra man offense. Boy, Jake Griffin on that face-off came up with the ball in traffic and got a little 4-on-3 break. Couldn't pay it off, but Flagler has a chance here with the extra man. Ty Tom, back to McCunis. Passes are floating a little bit. You want to get some lasers flying around there on the extra man, trying to get that defense moving. There's some time, space, shot, and a save. Beautiful save by Carter Grozinger. Shooter had the goalie squared up, and goalie got a good look at it. Here's an a turnover opportunity, but recovered by Embry-Riddle. 16 seconds left in the penalty, so a successful penalty kill. thanks to the goalie, Grosinger.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release.
Back to even strength. Flagler battled back from a 5-2 deficit. It is now 5-5 with 4:27 remaining in the first half. Embry-Riddle on offense. Matt Ryan controls, works behind the cage. Jump shot over the cage, too high for Hofer. Boy, he got that one off quick. If you're that Flagler defender, you got to protect that top side. Hofer did a nice job coming around with the left hand just off the mark, but Embry-Riddle maintains possession. It's controlled by Marcus Needham. He's going to test it and hits the post. See, it's a race for the sideline, and they both lay out. Who's going to get it? Home team. Flagler gets it. Effort play. Great effort by both players. Just a Flagler guy extended a little bit further, and a risky pass across the field, and it's controlled. Pritchard out of the substitution area with a head of steam. 3:42 to go. Tom Pritchard working it back behind, and now you're going to see McCuzis settle the boys down. Got plenty of time here. Full shot clock in the offensive possession. Tyler Douglas over to Ty Tom. You've got that momentum. The bench is excited. The players are excited. But sometimes you just need to pump the brakes, settle down, and run your offense. 40 seconds on the shot clock. Thomas Pritchard back behind the cage to Tyler Douglas. Over the cage. It's still a shot. That's a shot, so it's going to stay with Flagler. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Flagler ball. Had a half a step with the left hand, working his way back to the right, redodging, trying to get to the front. Ball moves faster than the player. See if they can create something off the pass. There's a shot from distance. It hits the post. That's a reset of the shot clock, and it's going to stay with Flagler. The ball hit the post. Flagler had about 1 second left on that shot clock, and now they get the reset. So time of possession in favor of Flagler here in quarter number 2. Ty Tom right into the chest of Grosinger, who maintains possession. So withstanding that barrage is Embry-Riddle. Now here's that aggressive Flagler ride and the double team at the midfield line, and it's a jailbreak. Nice job breaking free. Got a flag down. Delayed penalty against Flagler College. We'll see if Embry-Riddle can get a shot off here. They've got a free possession. It's one of those functions of playing a really aggressive ride at the midfield line. Everyone's flying around, and Flagler wants to hold and test him on man down. That's going to stay possession to Embry-Riddle off the post. Shot clock reset. Minute and a half remaining in the half. Ball is controlled behind by Marcus Needham. He's got the shorty on him. Flagler looking to slide quickly. Ball is loose, and now here's the penalty call. Let the referee sort this one out. All tied up. Back to where we started with 1:22 to go in the half. Referees are certainly taking their time sorting these penalties out here in the early season. Number 20, the referee, Chris Vahey. Fellow Cortland State alum like myself. Have to get on him here if this takes much longer, though. One minute unnecessary roughness. Okay, I'm not sure why that took so long, but they got it right. And Embry-Riddle looking to get back on top with an extra man opportunity. Madden, excuse me, that was number 42. There's a shot from distance off the mark. Hofer was testing it from about 14 yards. There you go. Shot clock resets to 60. 70 seconds in the half, 60 seconds on the shot clock, 48 seconds on the penalty. Okay, so resetting the shot clock to 48. So there's 48 in the penalty, 48 in the shot clock, and 70 seconds in the half. Oh, a little slick ball fake. And Hines is off the mark, but it's going to be possessed by Embry-Riddle. Needham likes those stick fakes up top. Flagler not buying it. Needham once again. Back over to Hines. Shot stings it. Shot and a score by Coleman Jacobs. Boy, he has a cannon, and from about 13, 14 yards out on the extra man, Jacobs gives Embry-Riddle a 6-5 lead with 43 seconds remaining in the half. Man down. Very difficult in college lacrosse. These stick handlers and these shooters are so skilled. All you need to do is get that defense moving just enough for a little bit of a time and space shot. And when you've got somebody with that cannon that Coleman Jacobs possesses, the Orchard Park, New York junior, it is tough duty for the man down defense and the goalie. Face-off win for Flagler College, trying to get that goal back. Tyler Douglas into the offensive end. Douglas runs to space, to the long pole. One more pass. What great ball movement. Shot, and it just missed. It looked like it nicked the post. Really slick stick handling, particularly by number 98. That was Asher Minnick. The long pole. Some nifty stick handling and passing out front. Now he finds himself back on defense. 14 seconds to go. We'll see if Embry-Riddle can get one last shot, and Coach Wims calls the timeout to try to draw something up here with 11.3 seconds to go. Back to the action. It's short time, 11.3 seconds to go. Embry-Riddle on the man up with a 1-goal lead. If they don't get a very quick look, expect to see them back it out and hold for the second half possession. And they throw it away. So with 4.2 seconds to go, Flagler heaves it and intercepted by the goalkeeper. And we are at the end of the first half of play. Our score is Embry-Riddle 6, Flagler College 5. We'll be back with some stats and a first half recap momentarily.
Matt, if I slipped over you, is that going to be mean?
No, you got it. You got it. I'll bring it up. We need to get concessions out here. There's like a little, he's got like a little halfway concession stand over there. Is that the tent over there? Yeah, it's the tent. We probably get a voucher.
We don't get vouchers anymore.
I know, it sucks. I don't know why you said that. My motivation to work doubles has gone down.
My second day, like, no vouchers. I was like, never use one. It doesn't matter for me.
I got the whole softball weekend, baseball weekend.
I think they do for baseball and softball.
Yeah,
You do, like, double headers.
I'm there for 4 days. 6.
That's
10 to 6.
Yeah.
You need to
Are you
have...
talking about meal tickets?
Yeah, for the weekend.
I am so pissed that they took that away.
Well, because we could go to, like, Chipotle, but, like, I still want to get a free meal, like, pay for it. Like, are you ready this weekend?
No,
Okay.
but
Well,
I'm pissed for you guys.
yeah, thanks. All your advocation, that's fine.
Good.
All right. I haven't been able to check in on you as much. How we doing?
Fantastic. How are you guys doing down there?
Yeah.
Debit card going.
Are you? Oh, with yours? What's it hooked into? Why are we not printing here? What's up, right?
That's because of the penalty situation. So if there's a penalty situation, they're not. Because you start with a new possession, you get a 60-minute.
like to thank the following corporate partners. Hero of Florida, your partner for the complete equipment lifestyle. Hyper Design, advertising, graphic design, marketing. Jersey Mike Subs, a sub above. Maori Law Firm, proud supporter of Flagler Athletics. Cut off, bud. Y'all come back up? Y'all want to walk around for a while? I don't blame you. Up there is the stream camera. This is their like for film and stuff. Yeah. Hey Christian. Christian, where were those batteries again?
In the case right under you. Actually, might even sound better.
Sound good. Thanks. If you don't mind getting those.
Yeah.
This takes two, I guess.
Is it already done?
Yeah. I had it on though.
Well, if it made it one half, it's gonna make another one. You know?
Well, it was only like 2 bars. So
To start.
yeah, to start. So
I'm guessing that's the new goal.
oh yeah, I'll need to know that. There's a new goal that goes in.
I'll take the old number 10. I don't think it's meant to like be pushed upon you.
Do they usually go on for the games? I only went to like 2 last year. With terrible people. I do remember staying.
Flagler Athletics would like to thank the following corporate partners. Maori Law Firm, proud supporter of Flagler Athletics. New Day Design Company, for all your architectural needs. Noah Bailey Group, proud supporter of Flagler College Athletics. Northeast Florida Regional Airport, the smart choice for all your air travel needs. And 123 Burger House, relative chilling.
Oh no. Yeah, I don't want to put any dirt on your seat. I'll just go above. It's whatever. Yeah.
How's your next one, my coach? Yeah, so I got injured doing the scoreboard. You'd be like, yeah, you're like, yeah, you're done.
I wonder how quickly Coach would go into your office now.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Where? Scoreboard.
They were sitting there doing scoreboard. They getting hurt doing that.
You'd be like, trainer,
And
yeah,
she
yeah.
broke her ankle. How?
Really gonna bring it up here and eat it in our face.
I need to land an inversion table. Do you know an inversion table? You're gonna take a big stick your feet in if you want to. Yeah. I need the first one.
401? Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
My friend. That's so hot that you
Welcome back to Flagler College for the start of the second half. Our score is Embry-Riddle 6, Flagler College 5. Embry-Riddle scoring 2 goals by Marcus Needham, a goal by Pete Abess, Coleman Jacobs, Lars Hogue, and Josh Bushing. Bushing, the defender, had the first goal of the game. For Flagler, Tyler Douglas with a goal. Antonis Makuzis with a goal. Garrett Moore with a goal. Garrett McNulty with a goal. And Augie D'Ambrosi with a goal. So balanced scoring for Flagler. 26 shots for Flagler to Embry-Riddle's 21. In the save category, Embry-Riddle had 6 saves. Flagler with 2. And we do have a goalie change for Flagler College, Nate Lair. That was a plan to give Lair the second half. And we are underway. Possession by Manning. Racing into the offensive end goes Manning. Nice job dishing it off. And Embry-Riddle has the ball to start this second half. Back to Needham. Once again, I am Ray Carnicelli at Lax 904. Packed house here at Flagler College's lacrosse field. A couple thousand people in attendance. Just had a chance to talk to the Hall of Famer, former head coach of Army, Jack Emmers, in attendance tonight. Lives in the area this time of year and excited about Flagler College. He addressed the team last year and big fan of Flagler College. And that's a save. Lair to start the second half comes in, makes the save. It's a goalie. That's always a good way to start it, but it was good catching up with Coach Emmer. May see him again on Saturday night as Jacksonville hosts Johns Hopkins. Just up the road, about 30 minutes. Successful clear with time to spare, 60 seconds on the shot clock as Flagler College has possession. Here comes Ty Tom out of the substitution area with a head of steam on the short stick. Very patient offense. Got some rowdy Flagler fans trying to encourage the team on. Beautiful atmosphere here tonight. There's Pritchard. Draws that early slide. Not getting that pass free and beating that slide quick enough. Now here comes Ty Tom looking to penetrate with his left hand. Well defended. Guard in the middle of the field. Rolls back to his right shot. Sails it over the cage. Boy, he's got a good-looking shot right-handed, and they're really overplaying his left hand. That rollback was there. Here comes Flagler. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Feed to the crease. Shot and a save. Looks like another goalie change on the other end. That's Reed Kerr now in cage for Embry-Riddle. I know that Embry-Riddle has a depth of wealth in the goalie position as Kerr steps in, and now here comes Flag. Got the reset of the shot clock, so Ty Tom going to take a run at that short stick defensive midi, carrying it behind for that invert. Working that two-man game behind the cage. Well defended by Embry-Riddle. Roll back, there's a shot, and it's a goal from about 13 yards out. That was number 91, McCuzis, with another goal. Came up a little gimpy there. Looks like he's having a little lower leg injury as his foot planted as he was releasing that shot. But he's going to hobble off, but not before he stung it and tied the game back up. 12:02, 6-6 is our score. Really nice ball movement for Flagler College. That's a face-off win. Well done by Embry-Riddle. Ewalt working it over to Hines. Looking for some help out of the substitution area. That's Hogue. Back to Hines. Field is balanced up. Got some new middies. Seeing some time here to start the second half. Working that isolation in the invert behind the cage. Anderson works it back up top. Very patient offense. McCauley. Got a whistle. Looked like he stepped in the crease. So de-sticked on that pass to the crease, and it's going to be a crease violation. So Flagler College with the defensive stand after tying the game up. And Flagler with the successful clear. One-man clear by Parker Collins. Now Flagler's going to settle it down as Logan Tobias dishes it off to Garrett Moore. And Dylan Wilson enters the game. Here comes Garrett Moore, penetrates. Got to watch that trail check, switches to the left hand, and it's a save by Kerr. Really nice split dodge by Garrett Moore. Protected his stick, and Kerr was there to eat that one up and looking to clear it on the near side. Across the midfield line is Needham. Overplaying that right hand, he tries to get underneath, runs towards a double team, wide open on the crease, shot and score! Goal by Christian Hofer. Looked like an unnecessary double team by Flagler College. They collapsed, and Hofer was wide open on the crease, showed good poise, catch, release, shot, score, back on top. Embry-Riddle 7, Flagler 6 with 9:55 to go in quarter number 3. Defense just needs to decide who's the threat. No need to double team from that position and leave the dangerous man, especially a guy like Christian Hofer, 31 goals last season. He knows how to finish. And that's a face-off win once again for Flagler College. Paxton Kroll. Shot and a score. Flagler answers right back off the face-off. Tyler Douglas. This is a confident, energetic Flagler College Saints lacrosse team. Not getting down, not thinking about what just happened, making the next play. Tyler Douglas with the strong finish. Jake Griffin back out there for Flagler. Andrew Ewalt for Embry-Riddle. First half face-off stats were Embry-Riddle 5 wins and Flagler with 6 wins. And this is a win for Ewalt. Over to Hines. Out of the substitution area comes Needham. Somebody better find Needham. They've got a little odd man rush, and Needham has it uncovered. But now the double team comes, collapsing, but Needham does a nice job picking up that ground ball. There were 3 gold shirts in the vicinity, but Needham ran through it, picked it up, and finds Abbas. Left-handed shot, a score! Oh boy, it hit the inside and came out. They're going to say no goal. Had a pretty good look at it, and it just caught that far pipe and bounced out, so no goal. Nice strong left-handed release, and Flagler dodges a bullet. Possession back to Embry-Riddle. That's Hines. Plenty of time, 46 seconds on the shot clock. Trying to get to the top side is Hofer. Back to Needham. Across to Abbas. Over to Hines. Hines down the right alley. Trail check comes in and it's free. They're going to call that a shot, but it's going to be backed up by Lair for Flagler. A lot of energy out of this Flagler team, and the goalie's inspiring them, backing up that shot. Long looping outlet pass, makes the connection. Long pole on long pole. Want to give that up to the short stick midi, and they do. So Tobias. Really nice defensive stand. Backing the ball up after that shot is Lair. Long outlet pass, and Ty Tom's going to try to get some early offense going. Left-handed cradle. Dishes it off. 2 more. Working off of that pick. A little bit of high 2-man game. To the near side to Tobias. To Flag. A little sidestep. Throwback. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Really strong defense by Embry-Riddle at this point. Tied up at 7. Couldn't handle that pass. Unforced error. Garrett Moore couldn't reel it in, and that's a turnover. Disappointing turnover for Flagler, and here comes Embry-Riddle running towards that double team when he had a man wide open. Fortunate the ball bounces straight back to Bushong. Saw Bushong start the game with a goal. He's aggressive. Shot, and a check comes in. It's still a shot, though. Still a shot, backed up, looking for the quick restart. Here comes Hofer. Reach around, shot off the side of the net, and Lehrer picks it up. See if Flagler can show some poise, make the easy pass, and they do. 6:52 to go in quarter number 3, tied at 7. Here comes Thomas Pritchard. Back over to Tyler Douglas. Rolls it over to Ty Tom. Pritchard down that left alley, likes the left hand, and shot it off the mark. Backed up by Flagler. Flag on the inbounds. Coming around the right goal line, extended feet to the crease, shot. No goal, that's a save. Kerr has come up big. Here's an opportunity. Fakes a little shovel pass. Needham holds. He's going to take a run at that short stick defensive mid. Pritchard, little stick fake. Abbas, good team defense. Shot through the screen, shot and a score by Coleman Jacobs. Textbook example of shooting around your defender. Lehrer was screened, and that's a shot and a score, and Embry-Riddle's back up top 8-7. Using your defender as a screen, and you just saw from this angle the goalie froze, did not see it, probably heard it hit the net. Beautiful possession by Embry-Riddle. Eight to 7 is our score. Embry-Riddle on top of Flagler College, and that's another face-off win for Jake Griffin. Got a little injury here. Let's see if the referee calls timeout, and he does. We have an injury timeout as the Flagler player goes down. Looks like some cramping issues. That's a telltale sign, trying to stretch that out. People listening around the country probably think that this 67-degree temperature at face-off is a warm day. It's a perfect night for lacrosse. A little bit of a heat snap the last couple of days. Perfect lacrosse weather, mid-60s. Crowd giving a little cheer to Tyler Douglas as he hobbles off the field. It's going to be possession staying with Flagler for that injury timeout. 5:17 to go in quarter number 3. Embry-Riddle Aeronautic University 8, the Flagler College Saints 7. Back to the action. Couple of key players for Flagler found themselves hobbled here in the first half. Makuzis earlier went down. Have not seen him return yet. Nice penetration, shot and a score! Goal by number 9, McDonald, left-handed sweeping shot, back to the near side, beats the goalie, froze him. And every time it seems in this second quarter, third quarter that Embry-Riddle gets a little momentum, Flagler answers back. Punch for punch. Back out for the face-off, we've got Jake Griffin and Andrew Ewalt. Griffin in goal. Ewalt in black. Ewalt with the win. Pritchard riding hard, trying to turn him around. Want to force that Fogo to hold the ball and carry it, and he does a nice job. Don't call me a Fogo, Andrew Ewalt says as he runs off. Good stick handling. Successful clear by Manning. Across the field to Marcus Needham. Oh, little backdoor cut off the midfield. Nice job by Manning to beat his man on that backdoor cut. Faked like he was going to run back to defense. Came back, but they couldn't find him. Now here's a penetration, trying to get back to the right shot off the post. Crease violation. So Marcus Needham getting crafty and trying to protect his stick around the goal, but couldn't find the back of the cage and then stepped in. So successful clear for Flagler. Good news for Flagler as Antanis Makuzis back in. Number 91 in gold. Drew Flag. Back to McDonald. To Makuzis. Trying to set up this invert as Garrett Moore is going to carry to the goal line extended. Now he dishes it off. And see if they work that two-man behind the cage. Nope. Moore just popping on the crease. Now he's going to work that pick behind the goal. Successful pick, left-handed cradle. They're going to call it a moving pick. Looked pretty good to me, but referee says no. He was not set, so... Oh, there's actually a flag down. Let's see what this one is. Thought it was your run-of-the-mill moving pick, but did not see that flag down. You know, at the end of the first half, I thought that there was still a penalty when I said that they should have held it for possession. That was my error. The goal wiped out that penalty in the first half, and I know that rule. Okay, moving pick. Delay of game. So, yeah, it was a run-of-the-mill moving pick, which is normally just a change of possession, but continuing the play after the whistle and taking that shot is a delay of game. The Flagler faithful are not happy about that call, but the rule is the rule as interpreted by referee Chris Vahey. Extra man opportunity for Embry-Riddle. Abbas. That's a shot and a score. Extra man opportunity. Paid off.
Did you put the goal up?
So Christian Hofer with the goal on the assist by Marcus Needham. Back on top is Embry-Riddle. Things are getting a little excitable, especially in front of that large contingent of St. Augustine faithful and Flagler College fans. Standing room only. So that's a tripping penalty called against the faceoff man, Andrew Ewalt. So an extra man opportunity for Flagler College trying to answer that power play goal. Last possession by Embry-Riddle. Starting with the ball is Garrett McNulty. Back to Flag, over to Pritchard. Just working out of that 3-3. Now they're doing some rotations. Still in the 3-3. Feed to the backside. Pritchard can't handle it. Kerr comes up with it. Good patience by Kerr. He's got people telling him just send it to the other end, but maintaining possession here and a nice job on that man down clear. Gio across the midfield line and just killing this penalty. 18 seconds left in the power play. Hines is content with just letting the clock tick away. There you go, back to even strength. Abbas to Ryan, across to Hines. There's Hines with the left hand. Cross, shot just wide. Nice rip by Pete Abbas. Hofer had that last goal, number 11 in black. Left-handed cradle and a takeaway check. Nice ground ball. Crafty ground ball picked up by Flagler College over to the lefty there. They got to get across here, and they do, as the defender comes across. Hits the goalie right in the face. Goalie stood his ground, had the goalie a little bit frozen, handcuffed, but got his mask in the way. Possession stays with Flagler. Less than a minute to go in quarter number 3. 9-8 is our score. The Eagles of Embry-Riddle on top of the Flagler College Saints. Here comes Drew Flagg as shot clock and the game clock are just about matched up, and you hear the Flagler coaches shouting instructions to hold for the last shot. So approaching 30 seconds to go. We'll see where they initiate the offense. 20, 15 seconds most likely. A slip and a fall on a good defensive play. See if Flagler can get this ball back and try to get something going here on offense out of the unsettled situation. That's a little bit of a hold, no call. And Embry-Riddle, with 6 seconds to go, headmans the ball into space. They've got time, 1 second, and time expires. Not sure why they made that pass. Lost a little bit of awareness of the game clock, but we are at the end of 3 quarters of play here in St. Augustine, Florida. Our score is Embry-Riddle 9, Flagler College 8. We are back for the final stanza. 4th quarter action coming up. Embry-Riddle 9, Flagler 8. These two men at the face-off spot have battled. Jake Griffin for Flagler and Andrew Ewalt for Embry-Riddle. It's been a back-and-forth affair at the face-off spot, just like on the scoreboard, and this time it's Ewalt, but a double team puts the pressure on, and Ewalt does a nice job of escaping. Possession back to Embry-Riddle. They have a 1-goal lead. There's Hines. Heavy pressure coming in. Gonzalez is all over him, and there's a wind-up shot. Manning decides against it. Give it over to the guys who are paid to shoot. This is Marcus Needham. Out of the substitution area comes Ryan. Back over to Abbas. Abbas down that right alley, losing some angle, splits back to his left. He shoots, and it's wide. Really nice split from right to left. Get his stick to the middle, improve that angle, but he's just off the mark. Backed up by Hofer. Hofer's going to start working off of that pick from Ryan. Back to Ryan. Up top to Needham. Ryan trying to get underneath. Now he's going to back it off. There's Hines. He shoots, and it's a save by Lear. Tried to shoot around that defender right into the stick of the left-hander who controls it. Very poised and steady in the goal is Nate Lair here. Comes into the action in the second half and got 6 seconds to get it across. Needs to go. Didn't get there. Didn't get there. Like to see number 10 just run that one across. He gave him that angle, but decided not to. Waited just a little bit too long to try to lob the ball over to Ty Tom, and that's a successful ride for the Eagles, who take over possession with a 1-goal lead. Marcus Needham. Well defended, puts the ball on the ground. Who's going to come up with that ground ball? Flagler is getting a little slick out there. They've got an 5-man rush. It's a 5-on-4 break. 5-on-4 break, cross, and they throw it away. Got a trailing flag. Coach Wims is 10 yards on the field right now, and there's a trailing flag. Boy, blown opportunity for Flagler on that 54 break. Just couldn't connect. See what this flag is the referee's giving an explanation to an exasperated Coach Wims, who's not buying it. One minute unnecessary roughness called against Christian Hofer, the attackman. Don't like to see those 1-minute penalties on your attacking end and giving Flagler an extra man opportunity. They've struggled a little bit in the extra man. Haven't had too many good looks at the cage on the power play. I believe they're 0 for 3 so far today. There's Ty Tom to McCunis. Shot just off the mark. Boy, Flagler has missed some time and space shots here today, but they do get the ball back. Is McCusis comes up with it. Back up top to Ty Tom. He's going to step down, shot, and a save by Kerr. Kerr is racking up the saves here in his second half duty. Reed Kerr out of Dwyer, Palm Beach Gardens, Florida native. Moderi. A lot of pressure. Flagler does not lay off that ride. They continue putting the pressure on. Don't concede that clear. Short time in the penalty off of that man down clear. Shrepesma over to Hofer. Flagler's got to balance up. Are they down a man here? Nope, they just not balance up. Maybe now they're balanced up. Just took a little while to sort them out. I was doing my counting there, but Hines has it. Rolls back, left-handed shot, yanks it wide. Hofer's there to back it up. 9-8 is our score, 11:35 to go. Embry-Riddle on top of Flagler, and that's a nice little takeaway check by Gonzalez, but it's picked right back up by Embry-Riddle. Throwing checks. Jacobs. Cross to Shrapezma. Hines, he likes that left hand, and that's a save. Shot clock resets, and Abess comes up with it. Start getting a read on some of these offensive players for Embry-Riddle. Seven Hines likes that left hand. Can't let him roll back to that left. Long possession. Now it's on the ground, and nice ground ball for Flagler College. D'Ambrosi. Long outlet pass. Got to play that tricky bounce. This lacrosse balls on the artificial turf take some goofy bounces, but well played by Flagler College. And Garrett Moore down that right alley, right-handed cradle, protects his stick, shot and a score! No, it's off the side of the net. Still in play. Back up top. And it's deflected. There's a few hundred people who thought that one was in, but it was not. It was on the side of the net. Fooled the play-by-play guy. Nice clear by Embry-Riddle. It is getting a little slippery, and there's a man free on the break, and it's a shot and a score. Had that late trailer come running through uncovered. Niedzwiecki, Trevor out of Colorado, number 24, the defender, racing uncovered from end to end. Excuse me, that was Lars Hogue, 26 Lars Hogue from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Little late cut towards the cage, and it's been a while since Embry-Riddle's had a 2-goal lead. Early in the first quarter was the last time. See if Flagler College can stop the bleeding here a little bit. Good way to get it started is with a face-off win, and that was Flag, and he throws it away. Won the face-off, decided not to make the easy pass, and Ryan Manning's there to pick it off. Boy, Ryan Manning is everywhere. Impressed with that young man. 21 caused turnovers last season. Got the big C on his sweater. Shot over the cage. Back to the action, Hines. Down that left alley, looking. Skip pass, Hines can't handle it. Initially picked up by Flagler College. They've got a trailer. They got to settle down a little bit. They don't have numbers at this point. They don't have the odd man rush. Possession's more important. Sometimes you have to pump the brakes and get that possession. Got a flag coming. I know the coaches like to play fast. The players are caught up in the moment in front of that bench playing fast, but there comes a time and a place where you just got to slow it down. But this time, got a penalty against Embry-Riddle. Cross check against number 26, Lars Hogue, who's the goal scorer that last time down. And another chance for the Flagler College extra man. The Saints are down by 2. See if they could get this power play to pay off. This is a good time for a 1-minute man advantage. Douglas carries through the formation, throws back, shot about 4 yards wide. Possession back to Flagler. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Tyler Douglas over to Tobias. Makuzis to Tobias. 55 wants it. Tobias locked, loaded, shot and a score. He was calling for it. He was shaking that head of his stick. He felt it. He felt like he had the time and the space from distance. The extra man goal by number 55, Logan Tobias. And Flagler crawls back within one. Just drawing that defense, lulling them to sleep, and you could just see Tobias locked and loaded, in shooting position with his right hand, shaking that stick, just calling for it. Perfect pass, got that shot off so quickly and just ripped it to the lower left of the goalie. That's a withholding violation against Flagler College, withholding. So it's going to be a Embry-Riddle possession. So Embry-Riddle with the ball, with the lead. Marcus Needham. Back across to Jacobs. Stick fake by Needham. Back to Abess. Over to Hines. Nice possession now, and here's the lefty. He likes that left-hand shot, and Lear likes it too. He makes a save. Looking the other way. Perfect pass. In stride. 5-on-4 break if they hurry. No need to hurry now. Possession's important. Just a little out of control. They don't have the break, and they're acting like they do, and they force it. Turnover. Dangerous rush for the assistant captain with the A on his shirt, Coleman Jacobs. So that's a couple times down Flagler. And that's a shot, and Lear goes down and blocks it from the 5-hole. Got to watch that contact in front of the cage. They're going to call goalie interference, I think. Yep. Good call. That old coach is saying, hurry but don't rush. And a couple of times down in transition, we've seen the Flagler players hurry and rush it. But this time, they've got a settled offense coming as the ball comes rolling over to Garrett Moore. Boy, Garrett Moore's got a quick first step. When he gets by that defender, does a nice job of shielding and protecting his stick. Flagler with the ball, down by 1, 6:36 remaining in the game. Setting up that long dodge. Keeps in his left, now rolls back. It is slick out there. It's a little bit of a fog and haze rolls in. There's a cutter. Ball comes bouncing through, and it's intercepted by Embry-Riddle. Slow break. Slow break meaning they don't have numbers. Even rush, and we see this time Embry-Riddle recognizes it, and they pull it out and slow it down. Now there's a little bit of a jailbreak out of the substitution area. No harm as Flagler recovers. But once again, we've got a poor substitution and an odd man rush caused by that late substitution, and it's a shot and a save deflected towards into the side of the net by Lair. So a little early season miscommunication in the substitution box gave Embry-Riddle an odd man rush, but no harm, no foul. And here comes Thomas Pritchard attacking that midfield line, gets wrapped up, runs through the second check, and Pritchard with the successful clear. Boy, look at Ty Tom cutting, but I think that was a good no decision on that forced pass. They didn't force it this time. They played fast, but they didn't rush it. Here's a little bit of a jailbreak, a substitution break. Into the offensive end comes Douglas. Shot just off the mark as a step down by Garrett McNulty was about 6 inches off the mark. And Coach Brian Duncan and the Flagler College Saints are going to call a timeout. With 4:59 remaining in quarter number 4, our score is 4:59 to go in regulation. Our score is Embry-Riddle 10, Flagler 9. Ray Carnicelli on the call. Follow me on Twitter at Lax904. Beautiful night in front of a great crowd here at the Flagler College lacrosse facility. Home to both the men's and women's Flagler College lacrosse programs. Second year in Division II. Flagler with the ball, down by 1. There's McNulty. Up to Ty Tom. Back across to Thomas Pritchard. Looks like Pritchard's going to initiate the offense. Down that right alley. Protecting against his left-hand sweep. Here comes the double. Can they get it moving? Pass is handled on the bounce by Douglas. And now he's thrown to the ground. And here's a 4-on-3 break. Speedy break for Embry-Riddle. Hits the point man. One pass down low. Well recovered by Embry-Riddle, by Flagler College to stop that clear 4-on-3 break. Hines with the ball now. Boy, that was a dangerous opportunity for Embry-Riddle. Flagler held their ground. Now they have to have a defensive stand here in 6-on-6. Marcus Needham over to Ryan. Ryan with a right-handed cradle down that right alley. Sweeping, pushed to lose his angle, and the ball is deflected loose. Booted on the end line. Stays in bounds. Abbas stays in bounds. Left-handed shot and a score! Got about 3 yards above the goal line, extended, and just stung it into the far corner, the off-stick side to the left-handed Lair. And Embry-Riddle extends their lead to 2, 11-9 with 3:30 to go. Speed kills and just racing around that goal line extended, getting enough of a separation to free up that left hand and sting it to the far corner. That was a thing of beauty. 2-goal lead for Embry-Riddle. As I mentioned, these two teams faced off to start the season last year in Flagler College's first game. It was a 14-8 final. Good measuring stick game for the progress of both of these programs. Could tell you, having called that game last year, both of these teams are much improved. A lot of early season jitters here in early February. Playing lacrosse games on February 1st. It is early. Start to see Embry-Riddle slow the offense down, wind down that shot clock, and make the most of these possessions. And at some point, Flagler's going to have to stretch out that defense and put some pressure on. You can't allow Embry-Riddle to take a minute off the clock with every possession. There goes Hines. When will Flagler start pressing out? 2:44 to go. Plenty of time. No need to get too aggressive or crazy yet. Shot clock still is on your side. Heavy pressure coming. Fighting for the top side. Once again, that was Hofer just off the mark. He does not need much space when he gets past goal line extended. Quick restart. Shot clock's at 20. Game clock's at 2:26. Right-handed cradle, sweeping across the formation. Shot, flat-footed shot. That's got to be Flagler ball. It is Flagler ball as Lair races it out. Not much on that shot, a flat-footed shot. So a defensive stand. 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go. Flagler needs to get some offense. It starts with Thomas Pritchard at his own restraining line. Splits back to his right, trying to attack that midfield line. Successful clear for Pritchard. Boy, he's got a lot of pressure on him, but he escapes. Garrett McNulty back to Ty Tom. 1:48 to go. Ball is loose and it's picked up. That's going to be Embry-Riddle ball. Leposki. Boy, an opportunity for Flagler, and they're going to call a crease violation. The continuation of that play the Flagler player ended up inside that crease, and there's no excuse. You just can't finish in there. So here comes Hines. It's getting the short time. We're going to end up, well, there's a timeout on the field right now as Embry-Riddle is going to try to regroup and reset their offense, and they're going to have to play some keep away here and expect to see Flagler start to stretch out, double team that ball. Our score is Embry-Riddle 11, Flagler 9 with 1. .125 to go. Embry-Riddle 11, Flagler 9. Embry-Riddle ball. 70 seconds on the shot clock. A little bit of keep away. When will Flagler double team? When will they pull the goalie? And they do right now. So trying to pin Hines in the corner. He breaks free. The goal is empty. Where's that double team? It's dangerous to double team in front of the goal like that. The goal is unguarded. Oh, and an opportunity for Lair. Good patience shown by Embry-Riddle. They'll take this shot clock down as far as they can. And look how spread out they are. They've practiced this many, many times. And there's Hofer just forcing the defenders to have 30-yard runs to try to get this double team set up. Now they've got the sideline. They've got him pinned. So close. Boy, toe was on the line, and the ball gets thrown away. So successful defensive stand off that double team by Flagler College, so they still have a chance. 43 seconds to go, down by 2. The ball moves faster than the player. You'd like to see that long pass, and there it is. Little bit of a dangerous pass. Flagler fails to back up that errant pass, but they maintain possession. 28 seconds to go. They got to get something going quickly as Douglas, shot, score! Tyler Douglas had to act fast, cuts it to 1 with 23.9 seconds to go. Good defensive stand, aggressive ground ball play in the offensive end, and Flagler College is still alive, down by 1 in a thriller to start the Division II men's lacrosse season. These two face-off men, number 21 in black, Andrew Ewalt, and Jake Griffin for Flagler College have been battling all day. Griffin has the clamp, can't pick up the ground ball. Flagler ball, 14 seconds to go. Pritchard double teamed across the midfield line, gets a fortunate bounce. Still alive. Flagler ball, 4 seconds to go. Late timeout called by Coach Duncan. He's lobbying to get some more time added. They called a timeout. The scoreboard says 4.3 seconds. Coach Duncan says he called it at 6 or 7. So we'll see. I think it's going to stay where it is, but there's some lobbying going on right now. So 4.3 seconds to go. Last shot, last possession for Flagler College. Expect to see some type of screen. Normally, the defense will put a long pole and just try to aggravate the person starting with the ball outside of the restraining line. Not a lot of time. But if there's any staff that can draw something up, it's Coach Tim King and Coach Brian Duncan for Flagler College. What a way to start the lacrosse season. Back and forth. It was a 5-2 score at one point in the first quarter. It looked like Embry-Riddle might run away with it. But Flagler crawled back, creeped back, tied it up. A lot of lead changes in this game. Every time it looked like Embry-Riddle might go on a run, Flagler College would answer them. And here in quarter number 4 in the short time, Flagler College just has this never say die attitude. Huge crowd here, standing room only. Flagler College lacrosse facility on a beautiful night in historic St. Augustine. Looks like McDonald's going to start with the ball. Sweeping left. Feed to the backside shot. He had the shot and just went over the goal. Ty Tom had an opportunity as time expires. And Embry-Riddle holds on for the 11-10 victory. What a play call by Flagler. Execution was there, just couldn't finish. And congratulations to Embry-Riddle starting the season with an 11-10 win over Flagler College. And Flagler College, they are gritty, they are talented, they play like Coach Duncan. You'd expect a Coach Duncan team. Brian Duncan is a high-spirited, smart, skilled lacrosse coach, and this Flagler College team, day and night from last season, I will tell you that, having watched them play throughout last season. This is a deep and talented team. They went toe-to-toe with a very tough and talented Embry-Riddle Eagle lacrosse team. Whew, what a way to start the season. Our final score from Flagler College is Embry-Riddle 11, Flagler College 10. I am Ray Carnicelli at Lax904 on Twitter. Have a good night.